Welcome to this week's edition of HavenFootball.net's Play of the Game. Tonight was the first round of the PIAA District 1 5A playoffs, and the number 5 seeded Panthers had home field advantage as they took on the number 12 seed Upper Merion Vikings. Both teams played the wing T formation, and both teams' offenses would move the ball. The Vikings got the ball first and started their series aggressively moving the ball as we see number 23 T.Y. Lubin break and avoid tackles for this 35-yard gainer. But disaster strikes on the very next play as Lubin gets hit by number 64 Matt Dowdy, losing the ball, and number 45 Christian Mazer makes the recovery. But Upper Merion's D is tough as well as we see number 32 John Prosniak get swallowed up by number 20 Matt Zielinski for no gain. But Prosniak comes back 2 plays later with this great run for 15 yards and a first down. Haven is driving but returns the fumble favor with their own as number 53 Justin Fisher pops the ball out of Prosniak's grip and recovers the fumble for Upper Merion. The Vikings' next play is a great sweep left as Lubin finds the corner and dances for 30 yards down to the Haven 43. The Vikings are driving at the end of the first quarter and the other Prosniak, Aiden, says not today and chases down Lubin for a 6-yard loss. 2 plays later, quarterback number 14, Dale Clayton, goes to the air, but gets dragged down by Aiden Prosniak as he releases the incomplete pass, ending the drive. Haven goes to the air in their next series as number 4, Jack Ryder, goes deep to an open number 6, Jarris Adams, who just can't get to the ball. With no score in the middle of the second quarter, Upper Merion gets the ball back, and Lubin gets the call and runs right and goes down, or so everyone thinks, but he rolls over Prosniak's leg, never touching the ground, and continues for another 9 yards. Wow. The Vikings are a 3rd and 7 and go to the air again as Clayton finds Lubin open, who has to leap for the catch, but just can't hold on, forcing Upper Merion to punt. And we go into halftime with no score. Haven decides to go to the air again in their second possession of the second half as Ryder finds number 23 Matt Schuler wide open for this 29-yard beauty. 4 plays later, number 10 Ebo Pio goes right, breaks a leg tackle, and keeps pumping, dragging 3 defenders down to the Viking 28 with this 10-yard run. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, number 18 Evan Blake gets the call from the 4-yard line and almost finds pay dirt, but is stopped at the 1. But Ryder keeps it on the next play and scores on his quarterback sneak. Haven is on the board, 7-0. But the Vikings are going to get right back in this game as Lubin returns his kickoff up the left side, giving Upper Merion great field position. On the next play, number 33, Anthony Swenda gets the call, finds a seam, and just plows his way up the middle for 23 yards and into the end zone. Which brings us to the extra point and tonight's first play of the game.
Swenda is your fullback. Panthers trying to keep him out. Gives to Lubin on the cutback into the middle of the defense, and the Panthers stack him up, but he is... no signal. He is down. No good. The Panthers hold him just short, and they hold on to a 7-6 lead.
Strath Haven knows a 1-point lead is not enough and gives the ball to Blake on the next possession. Blake goes left, has great blocking, and just accelerates for 28 yards down to the Vikings 23. Which brings us to tonight's second play of the game.
Adams, split end to the right. Back to passes Ryder on 3rd and 8. Back, down the middle he goes. Adams got it for a touchdown! Oh, right on the money! And Jarris Adams on the post. Connects from 20 yards out. What a delivery from Ryder that time.
Haven gets some breathing room and leads 14-6. The Vikings need to get on the board, and Clayton sees his brother, number 16, Mark Clayton, open, but Aiden Prosniak gets his hands up, deflecting the pass, which falls to the ground, forcing a punt. Which brings us to tonight's final play of the game.
Same formation, P.O. in the backfield. They give it to Prochniak. Broom off the left side, 50, 45, 40, cuts back to his left, 30, 25, 20, stiff arm at the 15, and down inside the 10 goes John Prochniak for a bundle.
On the next play, Brake takes off and just misses putting it in the end zone, but Ryder does that on the next play, and that ends this game with a win for Haven, 21-6. The second round of the playoffs is next week as the Panthers travel to Kennett Square to battle the Kennett Blue Devils. Check back with us again next week for another edition of HavenFootball.net's Play of the Game.